Hey guys, it's Adrian and Jennifer again, and this is the second time we tried making this video because my camera is just being retarded, and it did this whole stupid thing where like we're making the video and all of a sudden it changed our voices to like this really deep monster sounding thing.
Yeah, and so
yeah.
It was like that.
Yeah, like that, pretty much. So we're starting over, and this week's topic for Gender Blenders is do the genitals make the person, does the person make the genitals? And I think overall the conclusion that I've come to after thinking about it was that it's a very personal choice. Depends on how you feel about, your nether regions and how you identify. As far as me personally, I feel that I need to have that part of my body match my insides, and that includes having bottom surgery. I'm not happy with the results that are available at the moment, but I do plan on pursuing some kind of bottom surgery as soon as something comes up to where it's more functional than it is now. So, Jennifer, how do you feel?
Well, I think it's very important, for me anyways. It was really, really important to have the bottom surgery, to have, to have vagina and to have boobs. As I was saying earlier in the preceding one that we tried to film, I kind of grew up wishing that I didn't have the, like a thing between my legs, like this growth that shouldn't have been there. And I would go to bed, wishing that it would be gone and that I would have the right parts, and then go to bed wishing that I would have boobs, and going through puberty and wishing that, boobs would develop and not developing, and having it be kind of a traumatic experience, and kind of realizing that, oh wait, I really am in the wrong body. So for me, it was, I couldn't wait to get the right parts. And so now that I do have the right parts, it's very satisfying. It's very, like you look in the mirror and you realize that that's the way you should be. Like that's the way it should have been all along. And it's, it just kind of has the physical matching the mental. I mean, for a lot of girls or boys, it's, it's mental, and, some necessarily don't want to have the physical for whatever reason, and that's fine. But for me, I was willing to sacrifice whatever loss of sensitivity that I may have developed, and it is sensitive. I mean, I'll admit that there is some lack of or loss of sensitivity, but for me, it was really important to have the surgery to have my anatomy correspond with my gender. It's just very important as a girl to have everything match. And I know that our culture tends to place a lot of emphasis on the way girls look, to define their value, so to speak. I guess I kind of am complying with that standard in a sense. So, yeah, that's my take on it.
Yeah, I think, not to come off superficially or anything, because I know we both kind of feel the same way about bottom surgery, but, I mean, I don't think it makes anyone any more or less male or female if you choose to have surgery or not have surgery. I think there's a large population of transgender people out there that don't really care for bottom surgery, whether you're male to female or female to male, and that's great. I think it just depends on how you feel about your own identity, and for me, I just know I feel a great disconnect when I look at myself in the mirror, and that's something that I need to see there to feel complete as a person, and that's just a personal choice. It's how I feel about my body, it's how I feel about myself, and to me, it's important to not feel that disconnect, and in order to not feel that disconnect, I need to have the correct anatomy. And who's to say that that's the correct anatomy? I'm not saying that that's the correct choice for everybody, but that's what it is like for me, and that's how I feel it is. And I don't think the genitals make the person. I think the person makes the genitals 100%. But the person inside me says that part needs to be there, and I'm willing to go through whatever lengths to correct it. I'm a little bit different in the sense that I'm not really wanting to sacrifice a whole lot of sensitivity, which is why I'm not too excited about the options that are available right now. Phalloplasty is just not something I'm interested in at all. But eventually, I'm sure something will come out that will be much better result-wise, and I'll definitely be looking into something like that. And Jennifer brought up a great point earlier also about the genitals being changed or corrected to serve a functional purpose. What was it that you said?
Well, my example for girls is in terms of fashion. I hope that's what you're...
Yeah, that's what I was referring to.
Okay. For me, it's like, or for girls, feminine fashion kind of gears towards form-fitting clothing, kind of low-cut tops, tight jeans, and so having having a vagina and boobs is kind of conducive to the fashion, because your tight jeans, obviously, if you have something down in between your legs, kind of makes the fit a little bit awkward. And for low-cut tops, if you don't have the cleavage, it kind of looks a little off. So for me, it's like to feel beautiful. I really like having really cute, really form-fitting clothes. So for me, it was important that I have the right anatomy. I'm sorry, I don't mean the... I should put right in quotes, but
right.
For me, it was the right anatomy, because I don't know, it just makes me feel complete. It makes me feel feminine. It makes me feel like this is how I was supposed to be, and I don't like being reminded, like when I was in my transitioning, I resented the fact that I had that thing there, the growth between, I call it growth, between my legs. I resented it. I hated it. It was like a symbol of all that was evil, so to speak. And so I was so happy when it was gone. So that's that. We're also talking about the fact that I don't know where you all are, live, but we live in California. So in California, it's they kind of define, for my case, what's female is having a vagina. So removing the penis and having a vagina is how they define being female. So
in order to get the court stuff done, pretty
right,
much.
in order to get your birth certificate changed, your gender changed. It's like basically whether you feel whether you think that the genitals is makes the person or not. California has defined being female as having a vagina, and I think they have a little bit of a different definition for being male. You don't necessarily have to have a penis, but
right, because I don't know if you guys know, but the state of California defines sexual reassignment surgery as the irreversible removal of gonadal organs. So in our case, it means a complete hysterectomy, which obviously is not a phalloplasty. It doesn't do anything on the outside, just removes the insides. But which I'm very happy about. I wouldn't have felt complete as a man without that done. I really needed to have that done as well. It makes me feel a whole lot better, even though it's not something physical. It's something that I just needed to do for myself to feel complete, or partially complete, I should say, because I don't feel that I'm there yet. But and just like it's conducive for female fashion to not have the male anatomy, I guess it's not conducive for us to not have it, just because you don't want to have to carry all this extra gear in your pants to be able to pee standing up at a urinal, or to just function without having to worry about like, oh crap, I'm going to leak down my pants and have like this really embarrassing situation right now. So I feel that it's very conducive for female to males as well, not only for aesthetics, but for functional purposes as well. So that's our take on it, I think. Right? That it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's
pretty
it.
much.
So that's our take on it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys next week on Gender Blenders. Have a great week, have a great weekend, and I'll see you all later.
Thanks for watching.